Alright, I have reached in-game, and my POB DPS is looking like 3.3 million with an effective health pool of 70k. I believe this is about as far as I'm going to go with this build in-game. I'm going to go ahead and just run the first blue mid-boss invitation that I've gotten, and we'll take a look. Now, I have my tincture set up on the items, because for the most part, my tincture is up most of the time. I'd probably say it's an even 3 million DPS, because whenever the tincture drops, you know, the DPS drops just a hair. So let us go back into Path of Exile. I'm going to run a Screaming invitation. The first one I've gotten, I've been focusing on this boy. So I've beat all of these in-game things, and you know, now I'm getting into some of the other end content. Some of the other in-game content. I was waiting for myself to be a little bit thicker. Just a little bit thicker before I can go into the in-game content, and a little bit more damage. Now I should have that. So my tincture, I just turned it on. And right here is when the tincture will reset, which will be totally fine. I'm supposed to wait on him. Haven't fought this guy in a few months. And my tincture is back up. So as you can see, my tincture is kind of up the entire time I'm fighting. You got the Cyclone defenses, which are pretty damn great. With Cyclone, you're able to output a lot more damage, a lot more stable than you can with other builds. Boom goes the dynamite. It's making me a little bit of cash. I can't even talk. It's so early and I haven't gotten much sleep. I am still selling low end gear for like 5C. I still need the cash. What can I say? So this dude's getting a very good set of gloves, 5C. He's going to craft them into something awesome. Boom goes the 5C. PG inventory. Slide that bitch in there. Now let's look at some of my gear. This is a pretty damn good sword. I was able to roll this all by myself, so I don't really know what it would cost, but it's a pretty damn good sword. The only real hit on it is the damage over time multiplier, but I'm able to benefit from that. I am doing some bleeds every now and then, and it's going pretty great. Attack speed, one away from top, but it's at the top of the middle one, so it's pretty great. Critical strike chance on there, pretty good. Fizz, fizz, fizz. Triple fizz. You can't really go wrong with triple fizz. Now, this is a tier 3, tier 2, rank 3 upgrade from the benching craft, so it could be better. But for the most part, this is about as good as I'm going to get. Without breaking the bank, this is about as good as I'm going to get. So in terms of weapon, it's about as good as it's going to get. How many times can I say that? This is giving me the -4 to total mana cost, and then just filling out the rest of the stats in terms of like resistances and shit. Same for this one. A lot of resistances, a little bit of rarity. Rarity's nice. Now that I'm going to be going into in-game, I'm going to switch over my Atlas strategy here later today. And the rarity is going to be fucking great for that. Another amulet giving me channeling cost reduction. Abyssus. I want to get a corrupted Abyssus with some type of benefit on there. Likely life regeneration. I went ahead and picked up this shield, and I exalted orbed it and hit that 5% recover life when you block, but it's pretty great without that, how I bought it. You have increased block recovery and evasion, chance to block spell damage, a nice little 15% splash. Ain't gonna fight with that, at all. 50% increase the chance to block, so the block chance is 37 on the shield. And the reason I bought it, socketed gems have 30% increased reservation efficiency, and inside of here, I am dropping Pride, Grace, and Haste. My little helper bro, and by helper bro I mean the source of my DPS, my merchant, he is doing Determination, and with Perseverance I get 1% attack damage for 200 of the lowest attribute, and I'm using a armor flask, so when I'm in maps, my armor pumps up pretty close to what my evasion is, so it's like 13 1,000, which is quite a bit of increased attack damage from Perseverance. And that's the items. That is the items. Let's go ahead and I was just gonna run one map, but I mean one boss, but let's just go ahead and run a map. Just so you can see what it's like. We'll run a canyon. Regular mapping, it's totally fine. 27% increased life, not gonna matter. For the currency investment is, oh, and then a 6-link cutthroat bronze life. +5 to cycle to movement skills, 81% increased damage with movement skills, 10% increased attack speed, 10% increased move speed. Kind of all the shit you want for a mapper build and a cyclone build. So I put it in there. Eventually, I'm gonna buy a enlightenment or something, which will allow me to use blood and sand again. Because right now I'm not using blood and sand, which is a little sad because I can go into sand mode for more AOE, blood mode for more damage, but I ain't got the mana for that just yet. I'll get that situated so I can squeeze that back in there.
Do not worry, little beast. We are friends now. I can't do this just yet.
Let's take a look at some of these defenses while mapping. Armor 12,000 when the flask is not up. Pop the flask. And we are at 18,000 armor and 12,000 evasion. Those are some pretty good numbers. Mostly I'm just looking at it for the Perseverance. Let's just take a look at Cyclone while we're spinning. Crit chance, it says 34, but we got better crit chance than that. We got way better crit chance than that. Because we have Assassin's Mark, which applies onto people. And I'm going to drop my Tincture. With the Tincture up, it's looking like, maybe it's like 54. The Tincture works really well when you're hitting someone constantly, but when you're not, it drops off pretty quick. See, people ran away. I'm having a hard time playing while looking at my stat window here. I need to find a stronger enemy here. Let's just go through. 54% crit is what the base crit is, plus Assassin's Mark. The POB says it gets to 100% or damn close to it, so you know it's probably at a pretty close to 100% crit when you're fighting a boss. Okay, the Tincture's not up nearly as much as it was when I had a little bit more mana. I just switched over to that shield and added in all 3 of Haste, Grace, and Pride. But I'm going to level up a few more times. It's going to give me quite a bit more damage for the next few levels. It's going to be great. I'm at like 94% spell suppression, and it'll be great when I get to 100%. I took it off lucky, right? So every now and then a spell will get through, but I have that 15% chance to block that shit, you know what I mean? It gets through my spell sussy, hopefully I block it. Oh, and in my POV, I have my gems at level 20, and right now they're not at level 20, but they will be, right? They will be. So then I'm just putting what it will look like. Let's reflect some shit. What do we got here? Man, these are always just so bad for me. I've bought some good ones, but I've never gotten some good ones. Come on, give me a boss. Is it better than Cyclone Shockwave? Nah. Cyclone's Shockwave is still more gooder. But This one is a very easy farmer because you're only one of the monsters hid, so I'm out. You're only hitting one button, and the main reason I chose this was to pump up my Merc. And my Merc is kind of a badass right now. All I did was give him some crit nodes. Eventually I'm going to replace all of his body armors, but I kind of want to find one that has better skills. Leap Slam doesn't work that great, and Chain Hook is just a meme, right? He's just memeing around. Even though he does have some good links with it, you know, Pulverize, Brutality, Increase Every Effect is weird for Chain Hook, but whatever. And Rage on Hit. And then for Leap Slam, he's actually rocking a Brutality, Greater Every Effect, Concentrated Effect, Attack Speed, and Pulverize. And I kind of like that it's a Brutality because I'm all fizz, and I'm pumping him up by my Impales. At least I'm assuming I'm pumping them up.
My gems and I'll make sure work of you. Get on with it.
Alright, let's die real quick. Let's take your items. You're not going to have good gear. So I'm just going to take your items.
Start running. Oh, you bastard.
And
Code, innit?
he just got
Thumbs up.
wrecked. Black and Decker. The Pecker Wrecker. The build's working fine. I mean, if you're a DPS whore, it might not work that fine, and maybe as I get into the in-game, it won't work that fine. But I am about to find that out. I don't have any of the in-game maps to run. I will make videos on those when I have them. This is what I'm rolling into. What is it? Fucking day 3, day 4? I don't even know what day it is. This is what it looked like at the end of day 3. So I guess I'm on day 4. It'll be my last day playing a full day because I have to work tomorrow. Check you later.